What's cooking, good looking?
Well, if you guys have watched our previous video, you know that we have a new house coming. Well, the place where it's going to go, I have some trees and shrubs, and they got to get out of the way.
So we can either chop them down or
try to transplant them.
As you can see behind us, we got a crew of workers on their respective equipment because the name of the game is try and save those trees, which were expensive.
They were.
And replant them, we hope. Alrighty, we've got the crew on their way. We are heading towards the front yard in front of the house. And what I want to do is roll some footage of what we did yesterday as some trial runs. We weren't sure if this was going to work, so we shot some clips with our phones, and that was us moving one of our trees, a crepe myrtle tree, and then two of Angela's plants. I believe one is a rose of Sharon bush and the other was a butterfly bush. Those went fairly well, so we decided, all right, we might have a chance at this. We can bring you guys along and show you. So today we're going to try and transplant our maple tree. This is the one that we really like. We spent a hefty chunk of change for about a year and a half ago when we bought it. It's done great, so we're hoping we don't kill it. But we're going to try and transplant that along with a handful of irises that Angela wants to keep. If you really watched our channel, these are irises we found along the roadside 2 years ago. Planted them, didn't know if they were going to work. Well, those guys have thrived. So she's going to save as many of those as she wants. And then after that, we're going to dig up the area and move the maple tree. First things first though are irises because they go around that tree.
I just want like 2 from here and 2 from over there, and then you can have at it.
Really? You only want 2? All right, Isaac, watch how Mommy does it, and you can too. Looks like you go down just about 5 inches and then pry up.
Oh, boy! You covered me in dirt.
God made dirt, so dirt can't hurt.
Gotta be careful, that's poison oak right there.
Oh, well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Poison oak irises.
Want a fresh one?
Yeah, bring it over here. We want fresh ones.
See, here's a little one here, too.
So these irises we actually saved from another part of the property that was against the road where an old home site used to be. And we found these beautiful iris, and a couple of years ago we thought, hey, let's transplant them over to the house so we can enjoy them here, and that's where they've been. So now I'm digging them up so we can still continue to enjoy them.
So I guess in that instance, it went from homestead number 1, which is over there at those trees that I'm pointing at, to home number 2, and now going to home number 3. Although hopefully it's the last house we build out here. So in the future, maybe someone will do something with these things for home number 4. Well, hopefully ours lasts a while though.
Nope.
Here, let your old dad show you how it's done. This and hoo-yah!
That's right at the poison oak.
Hoo-yah! There you go. Look at that. Perfect flower right there.
Bring it on.
Alright, that's enough of that manual labor, especially when we have all these wonderful hydraulic machines around here. Elijah's going to get on the Mini X and try and dig out some irises. He wants to try it. So we'll let him scoop it a little bit. Maybe we'll just stand up here and pick them out. In the meantime, I'm going to go grab our riding mower and start buzz cutting the grass up there in the front field wherever this big maple tree hopefully is going to get transplanted to. So we'll double dip some chips. I think you guys are sticking with Elijah though.
Oh man, this is a big one. Now I'm even going to get it. There we go.
Elijah is finishing up buzz cutting where this tree is going to go, and Isaac has got all the irises out that Angel wants to save. So what I'm going to do next is begin digging to move this tree. The method we're going to do, or the way that we did the other one that worked well, is to pretty much dig a moat all the way around the tree with room, you know, not just right up next to the trunk, but basically dig down, make a moat, and then start to wedge and pry underneath it to pretty much try and remove a root ball, tree and all. We'll see how well it works though. Alright, so my moat has been dug, and this is the same process we did with our crepe myrtle the other day. However, this is a much larger tree, and that root ball is a lot larger as well. What I did with the crepe myrtle is I kind of pried and pulled with the mini X all the way around, and we got it broke loose. But for this guy, I'm going to use the tractor and the pallet forks acting as a very long, skinny shovel. I'm going to go in that root ball all the way around with the tractor, trying to pry and wedge it out. We'll see if it works. I don't know if it will or not. I'm not an expert tree remover and replanter, but I have the idea. So let's make it happen.
I have to say, you are very persistent.
You don't always think that's a good thing, but I guess it's good today.
It is good today. It means that we have a tree to at least try to transplant and let it live.
Right. Now, probably a lot of you are out there looking and watching that thinking, yep, that's death by 10,000 stabs. Good way to kill a tree, Sam. It has to go regardless. The house is going there. So we're trying. And if nothing else, if this works, stick this one in your back pocket. Poke it with pallet forks until it gives up the will to live, or gets out of the ground one.
But the tractor was this close to not having enough power to pick it up.
Did I just hear we need a bigger tractor?
Possibly.
No. I ain't gonna go for that debt. Anyway, next step, as Isaac brings over the Mini X, is to dig ourselves a new hole to put said tree into.
I got it. Okay, I got it.
Well, as you guys were able to see a little bit last night, we were out here planting and putting that maple tree in the ground until dark 30 and a little bit after. We got as much footage as we could, but hey, cameras don't work in the dark, do they?
They don't.
So we just came out today, this morning. We finished finessing the dirt a little bit, and we have been watering them in as well. Hopefully they work.
I hope they do too. The crepe myrtle after 2 days is looking pretty good. It is drooping slightly, but I mean, that's kind of to be expected.
Yeah, at least it is towards the middle to late of September, and so the trees are somewhat starting to get dormant, we're hoping. But again, this is kind of one of those things where we didn't have a choice. The house grading crew is supposed to show up maybe in a week or two at most, and it was either try and save them or kiss them goodbye.
So these are the main things that we needed to have moved. There are a couple of other things that we may try to move around the house, but not enough for a video.
Nah, nothing is exciting, that's for sure.
No.
A lot of flowers and stuff, but that's small things to move, which I think we're going to put them in our garden beds.
Yeah.
For those following us along with the house build stuff, currently right now the house is in line to be built at the factory, so don't know if they started it or not, but it's in line. What I'm trying to do is butter some people up and twist some arms to see if we can get access in there with a camera. I would love to do a video on how Rutledge homes are manufactured. I don't even care if it's our house being built. I just want to see if I can get in there. So fingers crossed, we can smooze. I'm not very good at it, but we'll try. And who knows, maybe we'll actually get that video. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, the next big video will probably be showing you guys grading.
Right.
Right. I already talked to the house grader. I said, hey, just so you know, we got a YouTube channel. And he's like, cool. Maybe you'll shout out my business. And I said, no problem. So, hey, house grading at least will be the next big thing to go.
Which is exciting. Things are moving along.
It is. We still have a lot of other things to do towards our existing home as far as breaking it down and preparing for it to be moved. We have already sold it. It's going to a family member to help them out. They're also kind of helping us out. We don't have to go through the logistics of finding a buyer and all that stuff. So that's working out perfectly. And so we're going to get it prepped for it to be moved as well, because that has to take place along this process of this build overall.
With that being said, we hope you stick around for all those videos.
Otherwise, thanks for watching as always. We'll see you guys next time.
Here.
Oh yeah, they're all over you. They love your shampoo. What'd you use? Nat Attract 2000 conditioner?
Nat Attract.
Ah. Oh, sorry, Dash. Sorry, buddy. Halfway spit on the cat. It's like, what did I do? Meanwhile, over here where the tree was, it looks like we've had a landmine go off. I guess I'll finesse this a little bit, but this is also where the new house is going, so it's not that big of a deal. But probably should do something with this hole in the yard.